Hi guys, and welcome back to another predictions video. This time is this weekend's WrestleMania, as any wrestling fan will know, is the biggest event of the year in the world of wrestling. I myself used to be a massive WWE fan, haven't really watched it in 12, 14 years maybe, but every year the Royal Rumble comes around and I watch the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania comes around, I watch WrestleMania, and then I fade off again. So I don't particularly know who any of the people are or who the major players are at the moment, but this year I have followed a little bit more. So these probably aren't quite as much of a punt of predictions as some in the future. We are going to go through the match card. I'm going to predict winners for each of the matches. We have 8 title matches scheduled at the moment, 14 matches at the moment also. Let's start with night 1 on the 10th of April, WrestleMania 37, of course, being held in Tampa, Florida, at the Raymond James Stadium. 25,000 fans allowed each night as well. So this will be their first event back with fans, proper fans, not the Thunderdome that they've had since the pandemic hit. And I'm just going down the order as it shows on Wikipedia, so not necessarily the actual match order, because I don't think the tag team women's turmoil match is going to headline the first night of WrestleMania. But yeah, here we go. So the first match on here is Sasha Banks defending her Smackdown Women's Championship against Bianca Belair, of course, the Women's Royal Rumble winner. And Sasha has held the title for quite some time, I believe. And Bianca is like the next up and comer. This for me is a Bianca Belair win and a new champion. Second on here we have Bobby Lashley, who holds the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre, who he didn't win the title from The Miz, won it through his Money in the Bank contract, and then Bobby Lashley beat him, I believe. But Drew McIntyre was last year 2020's Royal Rumble winner, won the title from Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Didn't really get his Mania moment, and I think that's what this is going to be this year. I think Drew McIntyre is going to get the win so he can have his title victory in front of fans. So that's 2 matches, 2 title changes already. Next up is probably the easiest one on the entire card for me. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus The Miz and John Morrison. And of course the celebrity is going to win in this match. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest are going to go over The Miz and Morrison without a doubt here. Be interesting to see how good this match is. I know Bad Bunny's had a bit of physical interaction so far, and he's looked decent, and he's been training for it as well. So let's see how he comes out in this one. But I expect Damian Priest to do a lot of the heavy lifting for their team. Next up, we have the New Day defending the Raw Tag Team Championships against AJ Styles and Omos. On the Go Home episode of Raw, Xavier Woods tall over AJ Styles, and I think Styles and Omos are going to win this one, partly because of that. For WWE fashion, whoever stands tall on the Go Home show ends up losing at the pay-per-view, but also the tag team titles will make AJ Styles a Grand Slam champion in the WWE, so I think that's what they're going for here. Fifth on night 1 is Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon in a steel cage match. First of all, why? I don't know where this has come about at all, or why this is a match. Shane probably going to jump from the top of the cell, get destroyed by Strowman to win this one. Number 6, Cesaro versus Seth Rollins in a singles match. This one is a tough one. Like I say, I haven't been following a lot over the recent years, but I know Seth Rollins has been on quite a high, took some time off for the birth of his child. He's come back and has entered this feud with Cesaro, who is definitely underrated. Yeah, this one's a tough one to call. I'm going to go with Seth Rollins on this one, purely because Mr. McMahon's known. I don't want to use dislikes, that's not the correct word, but he's not Cesaro's biggest fan, so I think Rollins is going to come out victorious in this one. Now, the tag team turmoil match in the Women's Tag Team Championship opportunity, I haven't got a clue. It's Lana and Naomi versus Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose, the Riott Squad, which is Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott versus Natalya and Tamina. I don't have a clue what's going on for this storyline. I wouldn't be able to tell you the champions if I wasn't looking at the thing right here. I'm going to go with Natalya and Tamina. Long-term WWE employees getting a WrestleMania moment. So that is night one. Quickly run through. For me, night two looks like the stronger night, definitely. But Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre has the potential to be a hard-hitting affair. Cesaro, Seth Rollins, if they're given the time and the free reign to do what they can do, could be potentially match of the year up there. Bad Bunny, Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison is going to have a lot of smoke and mirrors. I think it's not going to be a technical masterclass by any stretch of imagination, but it should be entertaining. Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, two fantastic athletes as well. So night one isn't going to be too bad at all, but night two is, for me, where their money is at. Of course, the card is subject to change. Some of these could change because of whatever reason. And I'm recording this before Friday Night Smackdown as well, so there could be more matches added. Could be some change, but I'm just going with them as they are here on the 7th of April. Night two, first one listed on here is the triple threat match for the WWE Universal Championship. So I imagine it's going to be the main event of the second night. Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. I was torn between this one. Roman Reigns has been doing fantastic work as he's head of the table gimmick. Edge could come and win his title in front of fans again, but he has turned heel now. And Daniel Bryan thrown in, of course, the favourite, who's really the only babyface in this match. I'm gonna go for Roman Reigns defending by beating Daniel Bryan. And I think Edge is then going to flip out and be like, well, this is my title opportunity. You haven't beat me for the title. And that's going to continue his heel storyline. Perhaps him versus Daniel Bryan going forward. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I think Roman Reigns is going to defend in that one. Asuka versus Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship. I think this one is going to be Rhea Ripley beating Asuka. Asuka's been an afterthought recently. She's had a long reign. Rhea Ripley going to get a revenge after losing her title a couple of years ago against Charlotte. Yeah, I think we got another new champion there as well. The Fiend versus Randy Orton, The Fiend's first match since he was set on fire. The world of WWE, ladies and gentlemen. Alexa Bliss in his corner in a singles match, and I think The Fiend's going to go over here. This could end up as a Firefly Funhouse match. Be cinematic, as we saw last year against John Cena, but I think with fans in attendance, they're not going to go down that route. They'll try and do it not pre-taped. They'll try and do something in the match. This could make up for their title match a few years back, which was atrocious. I think The Fiend is going to win this one. Then we have a Nigerian drum fight for the Intercontinental Championship between Big E and Apollo Cruz. I don't have a clue what a Nigerian drum fight is. If you have any idea, please do let me know down below in the comments. I'm going for Big E retaining here. Big E is very much liked by Vince McMahon from what I've heard. Apollo Cruz is doing fantastic work in his new gimmick as this Nigerian prince. But I think Big E is going to retain here at WrestleMania. Keep hold of his Intercontinental Championship. Although you could argue that he could drop it here to Apollo Cruz and then move up to the main event and fight Roman Reigns maybe. I don't know. I don't know at all. The next one is Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn with Logan Paul in his corner, because of course a Logan Paul has to be there. My dislike of him is probably quite well known. I really do not like Logan Paul at all. The fact that he's in Sami Zayn's corner leads me to think that Kevin Owens is going to win. Logan Paul's going to turn on Sami Zayn, costing the match, and that's going to continue Sami Zayn's conspiracy theory gimmick. He's always getting screwed out of opportunities. Could be a great match, as they normally are between Owens and Zayn, but I think Logan Paul is going to ruin it. It's going to be an overbooked mess, and yeah, I'm not looking forward to that one at all. Number 6, we have Riddle versus Sheamus for the United States Championship. Riddle, relatively new champion. I don't think Sheamus is going to gain anything by winning the title. But I think if Riddle can beat Sheamus here at WrestleMania and defend that title, it's going to give him a major boost as well. So for me, Riddle is the only logical winner of that match. Then we have Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus the winner of the night before's Tag Team Turmoil, which I have as Natalya and Tamina. And I've also got Natalya and Tamina winning this one as well. Like I said, they're WrestleMania moment, long-term employees. Jax and Baszler are an interesting tag team. They don't get on, but they work together relatively well. They're pretty effective. But yeah, I think Natalya and Tamina might get the win here. And like I said, get the WrestleMania moment in front of some fans. You might even drop the titles the day after. Straight back to Jax and Baszler, maybe even. I don't know. Sort of like Zack Ryder a few years back when he won the Intercontinental Championship in the ladder match and the day after lost it. Yeah, I mean, it's just a little quick video, that one. I don't want to spend too much time going over it because, like I say, I don't particularly watch it that much. I don't know enough to go into depth about some of these matches and some of these people. I'm just going off my first impression from what I've seen recently. So, yeah, that is my predictions for WrestleMania 37 in Tampa. Please do let me know yours down below as well. And we will see how things end up after. We'll do a little review of my predictions after the weekend, after WrestleMania has happened, and see how many I actually get right. If you have enjoyed this, please do hit that like button, subscribe for more content on this channel. Until next time, stay safe.